Willkommen zurück zu Skyrim, ich bin Siegel und wir machen dann diese Folge mit dieser Quest hier weiter. Und sind insofern weiterhin auf der Suche nach dem Horn von Jurgen Windcaller. Okay, ein Sleeping Giant in den Riverwood sollen wir. Mal gucken, wo das ist. Oh, okay. Das heißt, hier sind irgendwo noch Feinde in der Nähe. Mal gucken, wo. Oh, wer seid ihr? Und warum habe ich euch vorher nicht schon gesehen? Na, ich irre. Ah. Habe ich jetzt gerade zwei mit einem Pfeil erlebt? Oder warum ist der jetzt auf einmal spontan umgekippt? Ach ja. Ich glaube, was mir passierte jede Folge sowas. So. Skandalös, dass mir die wirklich vorher nicht aufgefallen sind, als ich mich zuerst hierher begeben hatte. Oder aber die sind aus irgendeinem Grund nachträglich noch hinzukommen, aber irgendwie glaube ich das gerade nicht so. Okay, aber viel mehr haben sie wohl nicht. So, dann... Na, gucken, sind immer noch Feinde da? Nein. Wunderbar, dann können wir uns jetzt doch hoffentlich mal hierhin begeben. Und dann schauen wir mal, wo wir die... Genau, wo wir denjenigen finden, mit dem wir uns da treffen sollen. Das ist dann wohl hier vorn. So.
You're that visitor been poking around.
Was? Wieso? Egal.
We don't get a lot of travelers here in Riverwood. Attic room, eh? Well, we don't have an attic room, but you can have the one on the left. Make yourself at home.
Ah, okay. Und da drin sollen wir uns jetzt vermutlich treffen. Gucken, stand vielleicht noch irgendwas Sinnvolles in dem Brief, das wir brauchen könnten. Und welcher war es jetzt? Der?
So you're the Dragonborn I've been hearing so much about. I think you're looking for this. We need to talk. Follow me.
Aber gern. Was sie wohl zu sagen hat und... Oh, okay, wir haben das Horn also bereits. Gleich mal angucken. Eine Schlammkrabbe. Auch nicht schlecht.
Close the door.
Zu Befehl, Miss. Ich mag die Schlammkrabbe. So, dann sprich, oder? Dachte, vielleicht können wir hier noch was lernen oder so.
The Greybeards seem to think you're the Dragonborn. I hope they're right. Surprised? I guess I'm getting pretty good at my harmless innkeeper act.
So kann man es wohl auch sagen.
I didn't go to all this trouble on a whim. I needed to make sure it wasn't a Thalmor trap. I am not your enemy. I already gave you the horn. I'm actually trying to help you. I just need you to hear me out. Like I said in my note, I've heard that you might be Dragonborn. I'm part of a group that's been looking for you. Well, someone like you, for a very long time. If you really are Dragonborn, that is. Before I tell you any more, I need to make sure I can trust you.
Okay, wen muss ich umbringen?
If you don't trust me, you were a fool to walk in here in the first place. I knew the Greybeards would send you there if they thought you were Dragonborn. They're nothing if not predictable. When you showed up here, I knew you were the one the Greybeards sent, and not some Thalmor plant. Yes, we're very old enemies. And if my suspicions are correct, they might have something to do with the dragons returning. But that isn't important right now. What is important is that you might be Dragonborn. We remember what most don't, that the Dragonborn is the ultimate dragon slayer. You're the only one that can kill a dragon permanently by devouring its soul. Can you do it? Can you devour a dragon's soul?
Yep. Will ich denen gegenüber jetzt freundlich sein oder will ich vielleicht lieber unfreundlich sein? Das wäre vielleicht auch mal ein Kurs, den man einschlagen könnte. Ach ja, und natürlich mit der Tastatur auswählen.
You're wrong. It is my business. You may be the only one that can stop these dragons. But you'll understand that soon enough. We remember what most don't. That the Dragonborn is the ultimate dragon slayer.
Hatten wir schon.
You're the only one that can kill a dragon permanently by devouring its soul. Dragons aren't just coming back. They're coming back to life. They weren't gone somewhere for all these years. They were dead, killed off centuries ago by my predecessors. Now something's happening to bring them back to life, and I need you to help me stop it. I know they are. I visited their ancient burial mounds and found them empty, and I figured out where the next one will come back to life. We're going to go there, and you're going to kill that dragon. If we succeed, I'll tell you anything you want to know.
Okay,
A few years ago, I said almost the same thing to a colleague of mine. Well, it turned out he was right and I was wrong. You should know. You got the map for me from Bleak Falls Barrow. The Dragonstone was a map of ancient dragon burial sites. I've looked at which ones are now empty. The pattern is pretty clear. It seems to be spreading from the southeast, down in the Gerals near Riften. The one at Kynesgrove is next, if the pattern holds. Kynesgrove. There's an ancient dragon burial near there. If we can get there before it happens, maybe we'll learn how to stop it. I need to get into my traveling gear. Give me a minute and I'll be ready.
Na, mal gucken, liegt hier vielleicht noch irgendwas? Raum?
That's better. Let's get on. Road to Kynesgrove.
Ui. Ich meine, gut, ich bin kein Nahkämpfer, aber ein nettes Schwertchen. Na, wobei den meisten Kram hier werden wir eher nicht brauchen.
I'm traveling. You've got the inn till I get back.
Right. Happy trails.
Kynes Grove is this way. We can travel together or split up and meet there. Your choice.
Was? Ach, jetzt rennt sie in die Richtung. Warum dreht sie sich dann erst in die andere? Meine Güte. Na, wobei, ich denke mal, ich werde das... Ne, ich werde das mal nicht per Schnellreise machen. Nur um eventuell mal zu sehen, ob wir hier auf der Reise irgendjemandem oder irgendetwas noch begegnen. Von einem Hirsch mal abgesehen. Na gut, wobei die Tante eh nicht sonderlich schnell läuft. In welche Richtung ist das jetzt? Okay, das bringe ich dann nachher noch zurück und... Ach du Schande. So weit laufen. Ah, ich habe mich gerade umentschieden. Wir machen das doch per Fast Travel. So, ach, und sie ist auch schon hier. Na, Bärchen. So, was haben wir denn hier eigentlich für eine Hütte? Ui. Das nehmen wir doch gerne mit. Und ich glaube, diesen Spelltome kenne ich noch nicht, oder? Yay. So, das natürlich auch. Und Bücher brauchen wir hier nicht. Ansonsten auch nur tendenziell wertloser Kram. Oh, den hier können wir noch mitnehmen. Gut, wartet sie? Ja, okay. Was machst du denn da? Da ist ein Stein vor dir. Da ist ein Stein vor dir. Muss du hoch. Ach, ich gehe alleine hin. Oh. Ah, nee. Ich glaube, den lassen wir mal in Ruhe. Wobei. Schauen, was der so Schönes hat. Na, den muss man ja unbedingt mitnehmen. Nee, danke. Muss nicht sein. Und wie laut hört man eigentlich meine neue Schleichentaste? Denn ich war leider gezwungen, die Maus zu wechseln nach dem.
Not much to look at. The innkeeper ought to be able to tell us if there's any dragon mound nearby.
Denn ich musste leider die Maus wechseln, da meine alte Maus einen leichten Kabelbruch hatte.
Something's wrong.
No, you don't want to go up there. A dragon, it's attacking.
Und deswegen war die Maus dann ständig für einen kurzen Moment offline und musste neu erkannt werden. Und ja, das war dann auf Dauer... Ja, süßes Hühnchen. Das war dann auf Dauer etwas nervig, sodass ich erstmal jetzt zumindest vorläufig eine Ersatzmaus habe und die hat leider eine extrem laute mittlere Maustaste. Aber egal, besser als nichts.
Well, I don't know. Not yet. It flew over the town and landed on the old dragon mound. I don't know what it's doing up there, but I'm not waiting around to find out.
Come on, hurry. We might be too late.
Ah, okay, da oben ist er ja. Alduin. Ich glaube, dem können wir jetzt noch nichts tun, oder? Doch? Wie kommen wir da am sinnvollsten rauf? Gucken, ob wir hier irgendwie raufhüpfen können vielleicht? Nicht wirklich rauf? Na? Kann man dir vielleicht hinterherlaufen? Na, okay, du wirst auch nur auf den Drachen schießen. Ach, hier geht's, glaube ich, zumindest rauf. Ach so, Alduin will gerade den anderen Drachen wiederbeleben. Oder so.
Argonier, seht, Grotova Ulsa.
Schaden machen tun wir den nicht. Na komm. Oh. Ich glaube, das war doch eine etwas heftige Schockwelle. Ach, da ist er. Oh. Nein, nein. Au. Und nochmal. So, also Argonier ist dort oben. Ich habe jetzt die ganze Strecke bis hierhin nochmal nachgespielt. Das heißt, jetzt dürfte gleich der Typ da rauskommen. Aber was wir jetzt zuallererst mal machen, ich habe noch einen Talentpunkt übrig. Und jetzt habe ich auch eine Idee, was man damit anfangen könnte. Mal gucken. Hier würden wir jetzt 20% dazu gewinnen, von 40 auf 60. Hier würden wir, sofern ich alles auf Heavy Armor habe, 25 dazu gewinnen. Das heißt, wir nehmen das hier. In der Hoffnung, dass es auch wenigstens ein bisschen was bringt. So, dann kommen wir raus, werte Drache.
Argonier, seht, Grotova Ulsa.
Da. Na komm. Wen haut er da? Wer ist das? Oh. Nicht hauen, nicht hauen. Okay. Ach, okay, das ist schon Delfin. So, dich nehmen wir aber erstmal aus. Jupp, jupp, das auch. Und ach komm, nimm einfach alles. Was sagst du jetzt?
True, isn't it? You really are Dragonborn.
Warum hast du das jetzt wohl erkannt?
I owe you some answers, don't I? Go ahead. Whatever you want to know. Nothing held back. I'm one of the last members of the Blades. A very long time ago, the Blades were dragon slayers, and we served the Dragonborn, the greatest dragon slayer. For the last 200 years since the last Dragonborn Emperor, the Blades have been searching for a purpose. Now that dragons are coming back, our purpose is clear again. We need to stop them.
Also so, und für die es noch nicht eventuell aus anderen Elder Scrolls Titeln oder gegebenenfalls Skyrim selbst kennen, wir können ja einfach mal fragen.
Exactly. Nobody even remembers our name these days. We used to be known across Tamriel as the protectors of the Septim Emperors. Those days are long gone, though. For the last 200 years, we've been searching for the next Dragonborn to guide and guard, as we are sworn to do. But we never found one, until now. Not a damn thing. I was just as surprised as you to find that big black dragon here. Really? Where? Interesting. Same dragon. Damn it, we're blundering around in the dark here. We need to figure out who's behind it all. The first thing we need to do is figure out who's behind the dragons. The Thalmor are our best lead. If they aren't involved, they'll know who is. The faction that rules the Aldmeri Dominion. The ones who almost destroyed the Empire during the Great War 30 years back. There's no worse enemy to humankind in Tamriel. The Empire barely survived the last war. The Thalmor don't intend to lose the next one. Nothing solid, yet. But my gut tells me it can't be anybody else. The Empire had captured Ulfric. The war was basically over. Then a dragon attacks, Ulfric escapes, and the war is back on. And now the dragons are attacking everywhere, indiscriminately. Skyrim is weakened. The Empire is weakened. Who else gains from that but the Thalmor? Before the Great War, the Blades helped the Empire against the Thalmor. Our Grand Master saw them as the greatest threat to Tamriel. At the time, that was true. Maybe it still is. So we fought them in the shadows, all across Tamriel. We thought we were more than a match for them. We were wrong. If we could get into the Thalmor embassy, it's the center of their operations in Skyrim. Problem is, that place is locked up tighter than a miser's purse. They could teach me a few things about paranoia. I'm not sure yet. I have a few ideas, but I'll need some time to pull things together. Meet me back in Riverwood. If I'm not back when you get there, wait for me. I shouldn't be long. Keep an eye on the sky. This is only going to get worse.
Jetzt frage ich mich, ob man sich in die Thalmor Embassy eventuell einfach reinkämpfen kann.
What do you need, Dragonborn? The Thalmor happened. They've been hunting down every blade they can find for the past 30 years. Thanks to the White Gold Concordat, they've been able to operate throughout the Empire with impunity. Part of the cost of peace. Emperor Titus Mede saved his empire at a very high price. A price that included the Blades. The Nords didn't like the peace treaty much either. 30 years later, the Empire ends up with the Stormcloak Rebellion on its hands. No doubt exactly as the Thalmor intended. The Blades have always guarded and guided the Dragonborn, but we'd forgotten why. Now our purpose is clear. I'm all that's left of the Blades, and you're the Dragonborn. Together, we're going to stop these dragons if we have to put every last one of them back in the ground. There's no simple answer to that. You want the long version or the short version?
Ich glaube, wir werden mal beide nehmen, aber zuerst die kurze, dann die lange.
They're the High Elves that rule the Aldmeri Dominion. Sworn enemies of the Empire and everything it stands for. 30 years ago, they invaded the Empire and came close to destroying it. They smashed the Blades in the process. Since then, they've been working to weaken the Empire any way they can. There's no simple answer to that. They're the rulers of the Aldmeri Dominion, what used to be the imperial provinces of Somerset Isle and Valenwood. The Thalmor take the arrogance of high elves to the extreme. They believe they are the rightful rulers of all of Tamriel. For a century or more, the Thalmor had been picking away at the Empire. Valenwood was the first, then the province of Elsewhere. But even the Blades didn't see the Great War coming. We underestimated the Thalmor, and they destroyed us.
Okay, ich denke, wir haben hier soweit erstmal alle
I'll see you back
Dialoge durch. Gut, dann... Ich denke trotzdem, ich werde erstmal die Hauptquestreihe hier weitermachen. Sofern die Quest nach dem Horn noch weitergehen sollte, oder die Questreihe. Das heißt, es geht wieder nach oben. So, wo ist er? Irgendwo hier drin. Ach, da hinten. Also du meditierst vor einem Fenster. Mit einem leeren Teller davor. Okay.
You've retrieved the Horn of Jurgen Windcaller. Well done. You have now passed all the trials. Come with me. It is time for us to recognize you formally as Dragonborn.
Na dann.
Together, this shout is much more powerful. Use it wisely.
Ah, okay.
Master Wolfgar will now gift you with his knowledge of Dark. You have completed your training, Dragonborn. We would speak to you. Stand between us and prepare yourself. Few can withstand the unbridled voice of the Greybeards, but you are ready. Tasted the voice of the Greybeards and passed through unscathed. High Hrothgar is open to you. Wind, guide you.
Mich würde interessieren, was die jetzt gerade gesagt haben.
We spoke the traditional words of greeting to a Dragonborn who has accepted our guidance. The same words were used to greet the young Talos when he came to High Hrothgar, before he became the Emperor Tiber Septim.
Genau das wollte ich fragen.
I sometimes forget you are not versed in the dragon tongue as we are. This is a rough translation. Long has the storm crown languished, with no worthy brow to sit upon. By our breath we bestow it now to you, in the name of Kine, in the name of Shore, and in the name of Atmora of old. You are Ismir now, the dragon of the north. Hearken.
Hey, wer schiebt mich da?
No doubt, the appearance of a dragonborn of this time is not an accident. Your destiny is surely bound up with the return of the dragons. You should focus on honing your voice, and soon your path will be made clear. You have learned so much already, Dragonborn. Growing your gift too quickly would be dangerous. But there are many words of power in Skyrim, carved in the dragon tongue. Even from here we can feel the Thum resonate from them. Finding these lost words would be a sufficient test to temper your abilities with experience. Ask when you are ready to search. We have felt the whisper of a word. Give me your map and I will show you where its echo can be found. He was a great war leader of the ancient Nords, a master of the voice, or tongue. After the disaster at Red Mountain, where the Nord army was annihilated, he spent many years pondering the meaning of that terrible defeat. He finally came to realize that the gods had punished the Nords for their arrogant and blasphemous misuse of the voice. He was the first to understand that the voice should be used solely for the glory and worship of the gods, not the glory of men. Jurgen Windcaller's mastery of the voice eventually overcame all opposition, and the way of the voice was born. The voice was a gift of the goddess Kinnereth at the dawn of time. She gave mortals the ability to speak as dragons do. Although this gift has often been misused, the only true use of the voice is for the worship and glory of the gods. True mastery of the voice can only be achieved when your inner spirit is in harmony with your outward actions. In the contemplation of the sky, Kinnereth's domain, and the practice of the voice, we strive to achieve this balance. That is commendable. But remember, the dragon blood is itself a gift of Akatosh. Do not try to deny that gift. Your destiny requires you to use your voice. Why else would Akatosh have bestowed this power upon you? If you remember to use your voice in service to the purpose of Akatosh, you will remain true to the way.
Ach, gibt's hier noch mehr?
The voice, although this gift, true in the contemplation of the sky, Kinnereth's domain,
gut, und das hatten wir eigentlich auch schon. Dann... Okay, also es gibt hier von denen jetzt erstmal keine neue Quest. Nur ein paar Words of Power, zu denen die, Words of Power, zu denen die mich leiten würden. Aber das kann ich auch ein andermal noch machen. Jetzt erstmal die Questreihe hier weitermachen, denn dann scheint ja jetzt das mit Delphine und den Blades soweit die Hauptquestreihe zu sein, wenn man das weitermacht. So, wir müssen nach Riverwood. Okay. Was ist das?
Yours! I submit! No more! I yield! I yield! Oh. Victory is yours! I submit! Do your worst!
Wo dieser Dieb so hinläuft? Oh. So. Okay. Okay, ansonsten hat er nicht wirklich wertvolles Zeug. So, dann erstmal jetzt auf zu Delphin.
I don't think you were followed. Come on, I have a plan.
Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Whiterun from old Rorikstead. And the braggart did swagger and brandish his blade as he told of bold battles and gold he had made. But then he went quiet, did Ragnar the Red, when he met the shield maiden Matilda, who said, "Oh, you talk and you lie and you drink all our mead. Now I think it's high time that you lie down and bleed." And so then came clashing and slashing.
I figured out how we're going to get you into the Thalmor embassy.
Moment.
And the braggart named Ragnar was boastful no more when his ugly red head rolled around on the floor.
Okay, Gott sei Dank ist der jetzt fertig. So, nochmal.
I figured out how we're going to get... The Thalmor ambassador, Elenwen, regularly throws parties where the rich and connected cozy up to the Thalmor. I can get you into one of those parties. Once you're inside the embassy, you can get away and find Elenwen's secret files. I have a contact inside the embassy. He's not up for this kind of high-risk mission, but he can help you. His name is Malborn. Wood Elf. Plenty of reason to hate the Thalmor. You can trust him. I'll get word for him to meet you in Solitude at the Winking Skeever. You know it? While you're doing that, I'll work on getting you an invitation to Elenwen's little party. Meet me at the Solitude stables after you've arranged things with Malborn. Any questions?
Okay,
Don't worry about Malborn. He's not a dangerous character like you. But he hates the Thalmor at least as much as I do. He's a wood elf. The Thalmor wiped out his family back in Valenwood during one of their purges that we never hear about. Luckily, they don't know who he really is, or he wouldn't be serving drinks at the ambassador's parties.
Ja, so sonderlich gefährlich bin ich eigentlich auch nicht, wenn ich so an meine Zielschützenfähigkeiten denke, die man auch vorhin bei dem Dieb noch hat sehen können. Na gut, gehen wir das mal noch alles durch.
Let me handle that. You'll have a real invitation, don't worry. As long as you can act the part of a Thalmor toady, you'll get past the guards. That's when the fun starts. You'll have to slip away from the party without raising the alarm. Then you'll need to find Elenwen's office and search her files. Malborn should be able to point you in the right direction. Sounds good. Be careful.
Okay, ich werde diese Folge aber dann jetzt auch erst einmal beenden.
Something you're still confused about?
Nein, eigentlich nichts. Ja, die Quest werden wir dann das nächste Mal einfach weitermachen. Und ja, ich danke fürs Zuschauen und bis zum nächsten Mal. Macht's gut.